Hey, welcome to a non-stream segment. We're just gonna react to tectone shit.
Well, boys, look where we're at once again. Yep, you read the title right. I have been banned for the third time in about 60 days. This one looks like it's going to be my longest ban yet. Yes, it looks like I will be banned for 7 long days
Banned for a week, basically.
on Twitch. Will they let me appeal it? I don't know, but I assure you when I tell you why I've gotten banned, man, I bet you're gonna think, wow, that's completely justified. Wow, that really makes sense. Yeah, it definitely won't be hypocritical and preferential treatment towards people on the far left once again.
So basically, like the Hassan freaks. And you kind of would expect Twitch to be like that, especially since they have their bias. Obviously, they get a lot of money from like Hassan, even though Hassan's like a brand risk. And not just that, just I don't even see why you would like protect the other people for the fact that for the fact that for the fact that basically oh fuck basically they don't produce any money at all.
Yes, if you want to do me a favor, I will be streaming every single day at 9 a.m. CST on YouTube and Kick. Kick especially, I'm going to be linking in my description and the pinned comment. A follow on that stream would be genuinely incredibly helpful, as well as tune into the YouTube live stream. And the most important thing, please subscribe to my channel and turn the bell on for all notifications. This has been the most successful past 75 days of my career ever. I have gained over 80,000 subscribers in a short 70 days. I am upcoming on 900,000, and you know what comes next? 1 million. It's been a dream of mine for over 7 million
Don't care.
to eventually hit that number, and it's crazy because I think it actually might finally be attainable. For 7 years, I've been trying to get this, and it's thanks to a lot of people like Asmongold, who shouted out my Kick channel, and I gained 8,000 follows in 5 minutes, which was insane.
Obviously, for being a larger creator, and well, you're also friends with Asmon, so obviously that would give you a large viewer base, and probably because they're also overlap and stuff.
Hasanabi for being a perpetual dumbass.
Oh, Hassan, Mr. Piker of the Pikas. It's kind of annoying that like Hassan has the nice privilege of not being being unbannable, and that's kind of fucked up because I feel like you have other people, obviously, that get banned like tectone and others, probably for stupider things. And I understand the whole his father's a rapist thing, but this is particularly on him and the banning of him, not really his father's actions. Yeah, I understand that it's kind of fucked up that he defends his father and stuff, but like, this is mostly a tectone right now, not his father moment.
And allowing me to farm him for the past 3 weeks.
Just keep farming him. That guy is a fucking retard. This kind of reminds me of fucking Kikazu. I remember he mocked tectone because obviously Kikazu's like anti-tectone, but like fucking this guy was complaining about how tectone has actually no skills, and he compared it to Hassan Piker, where he brings up his political science degree, which I think it's fucking retarded for many reasons. Especially the fact is that, one, you can have a degree and still be terrible. Like, Hassan is just leftist Alex Jones. If you're going to tell me Alex Jones is politically savvy, then you are most likely retarded. Retarded beyond repair. You are the reason why like special education and there's like houses for people of your this large disability you have to take care of you.
And gaining over, I think I've gained about 25,000 subs off of just Hassan content alone, which really isn't that much, but it still is quite nice. And most importantly, just the overall perpetual cycle of retards on the internet that I get to make content of every single day. Because here at twitch.tv/tectone, youtube.com/tectone, kick.com/tectone, we make a living off of making fun of dumb people.
And if you're dumb, I will mock you too.
It's great. Now, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Please like the video. Please leave a comment and
No, fuck you.
share this with your friends. And by the way, if you are a streamer reacting to this or a YouTuber reacting to this, I fully consent to this and I greatly encourage it. And I really appreciate you sharing some light on the absolute hypocrisy of Twitch. Now, with all that plugging out of the way, the sheer stupidity of this all is truly mind-boggling. So I want to walk you through the first time I ever got warned. So to remind you guys, the first time I ever got banned was me saying that Denim's only good content was on her OnlyFans and nobody should consider her worth listening to. Which, you know, to be honest, it was a little bit mean, but where's the lie?
Yeah, that's actually true. She's just an e-whore. She's an e-whore that's like a waiting room streamer. And I seen that stupid clip where this other streamer called Ethan Klein like misogynistic or sexist for calling her a waiting room, and they thought it was children when in actuality it was just fucking. It was fucking just because people are in her stream until Hassan's on, then you leave her. And also the reason they're just people watching her is just because she's it's just for her body. Like there is no other reason to listen to her political takes. She is what I would deem a dangerous person, and I would consider a domestic terrorist. 100% a domestic terrorist. So if you are any way, shape, or form a fan of her or a supporter of hers, I deem you a domestic terrorist supporter, and you should also be on an FBI watch list and monitored for your actions, because I'm assuming you too would do dangerous things to many people.
The second time I got banned was, and this one I believe it was the second or the third. I'm trying to remember. The first time I ever got banned, I believe, was for telling a Twitch chatter to kill themselves. Which, to be
Based. Super based.
completely honest, that was completely justified. I was reacting to anime. I told them to put a shotgun in their mouth and kill themselves. And to be fair, totally reasonable. I absolutely wear that wear that ban as a badge of dishonor because
No, dude, that's so based.
I went over the deep end that day. I was very grumpy, to be fair. And I had a really big tummy ache too, but I have not ever told a chatter to kill themselves since then.
Do it again, please. Please do it again. Please, that's so based. You should always tell chat to turn themselves to a human piata or play Crossy Road in real life.
I have learned from my mistake.
Tell them to commit sewer slide anytime.
Now, the next time I got banned was me calling everybody's favorite streamer, Frogan, fat.
Objectively true.
Now, I want to remind you that Frogan is roughly 5'2" and roughly 300 pounds. So I got banned for a descriptor. I called Frogan fat. I get banned for 2 weeks. It gets appealed down to 2 days and 18 hours, roughly. And by the way, this is after her saying that all American soldiers deserve PTSD, and as well as America deserve 9/11.
Yeah. This is the Hassan effect. The Hassan effect is basically when you're so politically brainwritten, you're going to agree with everything Hassan says and this shit. And this kind of reminds me of Overzealous now. I'm going to keep bringing up different YouTubers in this stupid reaction, but whatever. That I remember him just defending Frogan's actions by saying, well, she's Middle Eastern. Obviously, she understands the pain of the U.S. military when she fucking lives in, like, the U.S. I believe Michigan. I may be wrong on this. Anyone can correct me, but Michigan. And the other large issue with that fucking thing is that when Mudahar said, like, there are American soldiers protecting her, it's inside the country. And I usually assume, like, inside the country protecting people are bigger threats like China or Russia. But yeah, people like Al Qaeda, the fucking Mujahideen, the Houthis, they're trying to not get them into the country. And she has the freedom to say shit under freedom of speech, where she's not prosecuted by a government. Imagine her being in the Middle East, where she probably would say something, And also, she probably wouldn't have internet access, but most importantly, say something and they'll get her killed. I hope she likes that, rather being in the place where she has free speech.
Yes. Oh, by the way, she didn't get banned for that. Now, let's talk about why I got banned this time. Well, it's actually due to two streamers, not one, but two. And this is great. So, here it is 7-day suspension for sexual requests, graphic or derogatory sexual statements, or unwanted sexual content. And you might be wondering, oh, techie, what did you do this time? Well, there are two streamers who have been really talking about me for months. Actually, what's crazy is talking about me for years. And their names are Denims and Minks. Yep. Oh, man. You know where this is going, guys.
Irish alcoholic and yeah, the Irish alcoholic and the other fucking e-whore. Basically, Hassan's e-whore guard dog. Does anyone even remember Minx? Like, I just remember her, like, I don't know, in the Wilbur Soot videos and fucking that Turkey Tom video where he basically explains her entire downfall and irrelevancy. And also that time where she teamed up with Boblax to talk shit on Internet Versus and not just Internet Versus, but also fucking whatever his name is, Diorio. Yeah, does anyone really remember Mix and like her retardation?
So this is a whole clip
No, it's Diorio.
of Denims mocking my trauma about worrying about my father when I told a story about how when he was deployed, he got his legs, the skin of his legs completely blown off, as well as his ear cut off in the war, and her
Was he still raping people? Like, I just need to know if he was still raping people in that time frame. I understand that didn't bring up this is him, but sometimes I would like to know.
laughing in my fucking face and saying that he fucking deserved it and that I probably made up the entire story. That's the first clip. Here's the second one. This is Denims calling me a sexual.
Denims and and Frogan react to Tectone joining Kick. Kick's recruiting sex pest during Pride Month is so brave.
Predator on Kick. Very fun. To a total of time of recording 47,000 people, but if we go further, it actually reached 1 million people. And trust me, Denims and I have a very shady history because I don't know why. This woman is absolutely obsessed with me. Now, here is Denims once again calling me a rapist and saying I can't sue her because it's not defamation, because in her words, I did that shit.
That's fucked up. Okay, let's get into the video.
The reason Tectone can't sue me is because he did that shit.
And there's a whole bunch of her, because it's not defamation, because in her words, I did that shit.
The reason Tectone can't sue me is because he did that shit.
Any source of proof? Like, you can't make a baseless claim, or not a baseless claim, a bold claim, without actual, like, sources. Where's your proof? You need to have proof. Where's the proof? You always need proof for this shit. This is serious stuff, and actually, it's always fun and games until a defamation lawsuit happens. So, you either have the funds to get yourself out of that. Unfortunately, like Denims, who didn't get in a lawsuit with Ethan Klein, but obviously had to step into the world of lawsuits potentially, or step into the world of lawsuits with Techie Boy.
And there's a whole bunch of other goodies in that clip. Yes, I want to let you know that this woman is so obsessed with harassing me that she is now at the point where she knows that she might need lawyers in the very near future for slandering my name and defaming me on a daily basis. Yes, a woman who has gone live and attempted to call me a criminal, call me a rapist, Tell me my father deserved to have his legs blown off and his ears cut off, which, by the way, she also calls my father a rapist as well.
I think that is, proven. There's a bunch of articles that kind of prove that he is a rapist. I'm not going to say that he's not a rapist. I'm pretty sure there's enough proof to show that he's a rapist.
Which is crazy because if you look into the court documents, the only thing that happened, there was no rape whatsoever. So once again, also lying on the truth. I've also shown documents of that on my Twitter. And the other woman is another woman. Minx, known alcoholic, known drug abuser, known schizo.
Just a reminder, this dude supports his father, who's a rapist, and got an anime tattoo to feel better after SAing degrading his past two partners. But okay. Wasn't like one of them like a VTuber, if I remembered? One of them was like a psychotic VTuber. And I don't remember the other one. I don't know that much about Tectone beyond beyond his, like, I think ex-wife was a VTuber.
Goes live on Twitter and says, reminder, Tectone's dad is a rapist and that I also have sexually assaulted two women, according to her. Another woman who is accusing me of crimes. Oh, and trust me, this woman is so deranged, she believes that she's lived with
Why are you acting like you know him personally? I lived with him.
me. I want to remind you I've met Minx one time at the OTK Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, where I joined OTK. I have met her one time. Since then, I have lived with minimum a partner, a wife, or a roommate, or a girlfriend throughout my entirety of living here. Never once have I lived by myself. I have always had someone living with me the entire time I've been down in Austin. And this woman is so deranged that she thinks that I lived with her. Now, I don't know what gorgeous bald man with a beautiful beard she must be having sex with on a daily basis in her STD-ridden pussy to think that it's me, but I assure you, I have never lived with this woman.
It was Nurgle. It's fucking Nurgle. Let's be honest, it's Nurgle.
I don't even know this woman outside of a one-time interaction where there was 50 other streamers there. Now, you might be wondering, why did I get banned for 7 days on twitch.tv/Tectone? Why did Twitch deem me worthy of a 7-day ban? Because I called them whores.
That is basically true. They are fucking whores. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yep, I called two women with OnlyFans whores.
Objectively true.
Which is, by the way, by definition, a factual statement. OnlyFans girls who are sex workers are prostitutes. Prostitutes are whores. Whores are prostitutes. Prostitutes are sex workers. I got banned for 2 weeks for calling a fat person fat. I got banned for 7 days for calling a whore.
Which is true. All of it's true.
And now, I'm sorry if that terminology upsets you, but the problem is that doesn't make it any less true. And the reality is, when I go live and I tell the truth and I get banned for 7 days, and then you have these same women where I am only calling that out of defense. I'm only calling them that out of defense because they have provoked me by accusing me of crimes that I have not committed whatsoever, going in on allegations that went fucking nowhere almost a year ago now. I think it's pretty reasonable if I call them a name or two. So I want to let you guys all know this. This is the same website where Hassan calls me a rapist, where Hassan calls Nuxtaku a pedophile, who calls nowhere almost a year ago now. I think it's pretty reasonable if I call them a name or two. So I want to let you guys all know this. This is the same website where Hassan calls me a rapist,
Which, according to my knowledge, is not true.
where Hassan calls Nuxtaku a pedophile,
okay, he's not a pedo, but I guess I'm not in trying to defend Hassan Piker here either. The issue probably lies around Nux using the hentai cropped hentai thumbnails, and freaking the fact that one, it's most like they were age restricted, and two, there was a likelihood of him having a large, at least an audience with minors. That is the thing that I understood. I have watched Nux for 5 to 6 years, and that's my understanding of that issue. So I can say that, yeah, I don't watch him anymore, but like that's the most likelihood.
Who calls Mudahar a pedophile?
Which that's not true, but he's a snake.
Who calls Asmongold a pedophile and a mother killer? Bringing up Asmongold's dead mother. No ban. No punishment.
And this is kind of like what Kikazu supports. I understand, like, he has criticized him, but the issue is you're only supporting him because he's like some far left prophet against the far right, even though you could be a fence sitter. I understand, like, people complain at him for being a fence sitter, but like, he could be a fucking fence sitter and just shut up and say both sides are bad. If he picks a side, he's gonna get murdered by both by the moderate left and all the right. And if he fence sits, the radical left tells him to pick a side. That's the issue with Kikazu. That's the issue with this fucking piece of shit.
Mike from PA calls me a pedophile, calls Nuxtaku a pedophile, calls Asmongold a pedophile, calls him a murderer.
Yeah, at this point, I'm going to say this. The word pedo is being thrown by both sides, and I feel like people should stop it. Like, at this point, if you're going to call everyone a pedophile, you're just making the word pedophile meaningless. Obviously. This is just common sense. It's like when you throw around the word Nazi, you preserve it for actual, like, skinheads or fucking Klansmen. Not actual, just fucking streamers.
No ban. Calls for the death of Asmongold. No ban.
The fuck?
And Denims, who is also called for the pedophile, calls Asmongold a pedophile, calls him a murderer. No ban. Calls for the death of Asmongold.
That's literally breaking Twitch TOS. You cannot tell me that's not breaking Twitch TOS at all. If you're gonna tell me, like, this person who made death threats on stream is still on stream, then Twitch, at this point, Twitch needs to shut down. Fuck people like Ludwig. I don't care if he loses his job because political streamers are ruining the platform. I'm sorry. But you're in a fucking situation where you have fucking psychopaths, telling people to die for no reason. If you don't like them, just make arguments or make fun of them. That's not fucking go die in a hole. Literally, that's not that hard.
Gold. No ban. Denims, who is also called for the death of Asmongold. No ban. Hassan, who has radicalized his audience.
Full of retards.
To supporting terrorism. No ban.
Well, obviously, it makes sense why Hassan's not banned. It's because he makes the platform a lot of money. And they can't get rid of him.
Brogan, who supported 9/11. No ban. I call an OnlyFans girl a whore after she called me a rapist. A career-ending, life-ending accusation. They get no punishment. I get 7 days.
Because of their connection to Hassan Piker, obviously.
Do we get why this is a problem now?
Obviously.
Do we understand why this is bad? And sure. Could you make the argument, well, he deserved it? Sure. But Twitch, I wouldn't have to make these comments if you guys would do your fucking job.
Yeah. 100%. If you just permanently ban Hassan Piker and the Orbiters, obviously you'll lose a bunch of money. And obviously he'll just make a fucking video essay on how he's being censored. But if you were consistent, you wouldn't get that many complaints. That is the only reason.
If you guys were to ban people equally and fairly when they cross the line, then I wouldn't think that I can do the same thing as the rest of these fucking people. I suppose I'm a martyr. I suppose I can once again get punished for the wrongdoings of everybody else, and maybe that will put the fear in them to get their act together. But it won't, because these people know they can get away with these misdeeds, with these malpractices, because you don't enforce your TOS fairly.
That is so true. A matter of fact, I feel like Twitch would solve all of its problems if they just were consistent. This is a milquetoast take. A milquetoast take. This is nothing extreme, and this is just how it is. It's literally just that. You just need to do that one small thing, and people would shut up. Twitch could probably grow in the streaming world. It's dying fucking because of political extremists. Political extremists that are basically destroying the reputation of this. And this reminds me of that one Asman take where he just says if you just ban politics, you'll just fix its PR. And if you were at least with a monochrome, just a monochrome, probably solve all your fucking problems.
You do not enforce your TOS equally. And this is why I will be streaming on Kick and YouTube every single fucking day during this ban. Again, this is pathetic rat.
That is the one biggest reason to multi-stream, is just to, when you get banned on one platform, you can still make your money. Obviously, being banned is just a vacation. And even crazier is that also, it's blocking you from doing your job. And you get no money from that. So, just multi-stream.
Fuck behavior. And Twitch, I would like to let you know now, 24 hours ago, I have already recruited over 55 streamers to stream on YouTube and Kick. It has now been 72 hours, and I have now recruited over 110 creators to stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. This is not a good look for you guys. This is a horrible look. You should be ashamed, because you know this shit is unfair. You know this shit is bullshit, and you can't have a TOS where you do not enforce it equally amongst all creators. And this is the reason why you guys are getting fucking sued. And now you guys know that these people in a court of law can use me as an example of you guys unfairly, once again, misusing your TOS. I call these women a name.
I have a question. Why hasn't anyone sued Twitch for this? Has anyone ever sued Twitch for not enforcing its terms of service, like, fairly? Because, like, I think that would force Twitch to do this properly. If it's not financially hurting them, which only is a ban day, then a lawsuit would probably fix that.
As an insult when they are giving me life-ending, career-threatening allegations and accusations. This is the reason why so many male creators have disappeared over false allegations. You guys need to take this shit seriously. It's pathetic, and you guys should be ashamed. Now, I'm going to be over here on YouTube and Kick making way more fucking money than I ever made on your platform, regardless. And
Based.
Twitch, I want to let you know, in 3 days, I have now made more money on Kick than I made in a month on streaming on Twitch.
Wait, what?
I'm making way more fucking money than I ever made on your platform, regardless. And Twitch, I want to let you know, in 3 days, I have now made more money on Kick than I made in a month on streaming on Twitch.
Thank you, Steak Money.
I do not give a about the money that I'm losing off of Twitch at all. I don't need it. I'm a multimillionaire. However, just understand, I'm not going away. And in 7 days, I will come back. And I will continue to showcase the hypocrisy and the blatant abuse of power being used by your moderation team that is treating your streamers like shit unfairly, besides the one you like. You should be ashamed. The best way to get revenge if you are upset on Twitch right now is to share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and be there every single time I go live. so I can be a constant reminder of how this platform keeps on getting fucking worse. What a fucking joke. May God have mercy on your soul. Have a wonderful day.
That was it. Goodbyes.